I thought it might be interesting to make a video on a day of the life of an SLP during a pandemic, because I'm going to look back on this one day and be like, how did I survive that? Okay, so it's going to be another crazy day today. Because of the pandemic, scheduling has been a nightmare. Not only is scheduling usually a nightmare for school SLPs, but it has just, oh my gosh, I've had to redo my schedule multiple times because we keep switching back and forth. We've been virtual. I had to have a schedule for virtual. Then we switched to hybrid. So then I needed a new schedule. So I had to have a schedule for hybrid. What hybrid means is that I am trying to see my kids in person, but they're only in school 2 days a week. And so I am just trying to squeeze all of them in. I can't group them together like I normally would because we of course have to socially distance and I have a smaller room. And so so what that means is on some days I'm seeing 13, 14, 15 kids a day, that's a lot. It's back to back. My afternoons, I often see 7 kids back to back without a break. And by the end of the day, I haven't even had a minute to type out an IEP or do anything like that I need to do. I'm really just trying to get by, honestly, right now. I start seeing my first student at 9 o'clock. The first thing I do when I come in, I walk in and I get out my laptop and I check my emails. And also I just prepare for my day. So I get out my schedule. I pull out my weekly schedule and I can just take a look at what my day is going to be like. And then I pull out the data and attendance sheets, which I keep paperclip together. And I pull them out and then I make sure that they're in the right order. And I look through and I just see what I need to do to prepare for therapy for each of my students. Sometimes I need to run and make copies. And of course, since we are in a pandemic, before I get my students, I got a mask up. So I get my mask on and I'm gonna go get my student. And my first student of the day, I'm going to be doing standardized testing because my student is due for a reevaluation. So I'm gonna be doing that first thing in the morning. I just finished the ETR testing for my student and I was giving the listening comprehension portion of the OWLs. I had already given the oral expression portion. So we're done with that part of the test. I will have to score the test and analyze it and then write up the results in a report. So of course it's going to be, a lot more work beyond just the testing part of it. Then next, I'm about to grab a student and I have 4 minutes until my next student. So it is just back to back. Working on sounds like voices th or ch during a pandemic, and then of course having like a physical like barrier in front of the child has made me realize like how much you really do get spit on or could get spit on during speech therapy. So by the time I'm done seeing students for the morning, which has basically been back to back with maybe a 5-minute break in between, I haven't had time yet to do any sort of billing, any sort of paperwork, which is extensive. And so I am, gonna do a little, bit of billing and then hope that I don't have to go into my lunch. But honestly, I've got so much paperwork to do that sometimes that just doesn't get to happen. After lunch, I have a 20-minute planning period, which is not really a full planning period. But anyways, I have, 7 kids back to back. I literally am doing therapy back to back from 12 o'clock until 3:25. And my day ends at 3:50. So if you think about it, that really doesn't leave much time for any paperwork, which unfortunately paperwork is a huge part of my job. But I'm literally back to back. My sessions are typically about 25 minutes. I try and give myself just a couple minutes in between, but that's necessary because I need to sanitize in between and walk my students to and from. Some of them definitely need to do that, and honestly, I just do that with most of my students. My sessions are pretty much like 12 to 12:30. 12:30 to 12:55, 12:55 to 1:20, 1:25 to 1:50, 2 o'clock to 2:30, 2:30 to 3, and 3 to 3:25. And that literally is my afternoon. And it's just insanity. So a lot of my sessions, I do work on Vocalic-R a lot. And so like one particular session today, we had worked hard to get Vocalic-R in isolation, which is where I like to start when I teach Vocalic-R. And so my student is doing a good job with that. I did use my arms to provide visuals for her to make that sound. And so my student was doing a really good job getting that sound by itself. We're just getting to the point now where we can start practicing that sound paired with other phonemes, other sound combinations. And I love Sandra Holtzman's approach because I am trained in orofacial myology, and it has just been a huge game changer for my students. So that can be a whole nother video talking about art. I do work with some upper elementary students, and by that time they really need help with some of those just higher level language concepts. And so in a session today, I was working on sentence structures that contain modifiers. So we'd already gone over articles and adjectives and adverbs. And then I was introducing some of the other modifiers today with my student, like possessive nouns, possessive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns. And I really like to use sentence diagramming to help teach these skills. So by the time I'm done seeing my last student, it's 3:25, and my day ends at 3:50, and I really have to get home because I'm a mom, And so the thing is, I finish up my billing, and then I run to the printer, which is in the office area, and I literally forgot it had been so long ago earlier in the day, and I pick up like a parent consent form for an evaluation that I'm getting going, and come back to my office and just have a few minutes to collect myself and actually get the table cleaned up. And unfortunately today I did not have any time to score the evaluation or the assessment that I had administered earlier. I didn't have any time to write reports, and I have 6 IEPs coming up. And I also found out that I am likely getting 2 or 3 new kids on my caseload, so not even sure how I'm going to fit them in this schedule because of everything going on. So anyways, I'm glad that it's Friday today because I am a little burned out and could certainly use a break. So here's to the weekend. Okay, so now I'm waiting in line at Wendy's because it's Friday and I'm too tired to make dinner. And I'm not really that excited about Wendy's, but my husband and son got to choose dinner tonight. So here I am in line at Wendy's, and it's like 7 cars long. So hopefully you enjoyed my day in the life as a school SLP during a pandemic. I'm gonna kind of relax now because it's Friday and probably watch some Netflix and lay on the couch and not move. So anyways, let me know in the comments how our days are similar, or maybe your day is completely different. I want to hear about that too. I'd love to hear. So yeah, leave me a comment. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe because I got more videos headed your way. Talk to you next time. Bye.